Hey folks, thanks for tuning in for another video. So, as you can obviously tell, I'm inside today, actually inside my office in my house. It is just too hot outside to be outside really filming any videos here in the South. As you know, any of you know that if you live in the southeastern United States, you know that summertime kind of sucks with the humidity and whatnot. But nevertheless, got a couple of new products that I've been trying out now for a couple of months, and so yeah, I thought we'd go over them. So a couple of products from Sea to Summit. So yeah, stay tuned. My name is Chris. You're watching Skills to Survive. I'll be right back. All right, folks, welcome back. So if you've been around the channel for any length of time and seen me out camping and outside and stuff, you'll know that I've said over the years that when I go to bed at night, I always like to go to bed I always like to change my clothes. I always like to put on clean clothes to get my sleeping bag, whether it's just stripping down to my long johns or whatnot, or just putting on some clean clothes, because I don't like getting the inside of my sleeping bags dirty, stuff like that. That being said, I've also said, you know, if you have a sleeping bag liner, that actually helps, you know, keep the inside of your sleeping bag clean. It also adds some additional R value or warmth to your sleeping bag. And overall, the liners themselves are not very, they don't add a lot of weight, and they're not that expensive. So what I've got here is I've got two different liners from Sea to Summit. And Sea to Summit has been making liners for years and years, sleeping bag liners, but they recently revamped these two liners and their particular sleeping bag liner line. And what I have here, the red one here on the left of the screen here, the red one is their new, is their Extreme, a Reactor Extreme liner. Again, it's not a new thing from Sea to Summit. They just revamped them and changed a few things. So it's got some cool features on it. One of the biggest features of this particular one is only 12.8 ounces. So it's very lightweight, it's very compact. And since this is the extreme one, they say it'll boost your R value or your sleeping bag up to 15% more than your standard rating. Now, I have no way of testing that. What I will say is, in my testing, I've been able to get this out just for a couple of nights, and I've slept in it inside the house. I've only slept in it outside just for a couple of nights so far. But I will say it does add some warmth to your bag. You can definitely feel it. You know, it does add warmth. Now, how much warmth? I don't know, but it does add some extra warmth. But on the flip side, you can use this particular liner for, you know, if you just want a lightweight summer bag, you can use that as a summer sleeping bag or anything like that. It's very stretchy, it has a nice stretchy material. It has a high Q fresh odor control type material built in, so it's not going to smell or anything like that as you know, bad as some of the other ones, I guess, would. Another cool feature about this particular one here is you can actually wear these things. So not only can you just put them in your sleeping bag, this is the mummy shape. I believe this one comes also in a rectangular shape as well, but I'm not sure. You can wear them, so you can get inside of here, and I have this one unbuttoned right here. So once you get inside, you can button this up and put your arm through here. So you can have, let's see if I can show right here. So see right here, you have armholes. So you can put your arm through there. Obviously your head goes there, and your feet down here at the bottom is open. So you can stick your feet out. It's got a drawstring closure. You can drawstring your feet in. So say you need to get up in the middle of the night, stoke the fire or whatnot, kick your feet out, pull it up, cinch it around you, go stoke the fire, lay back down, pull your feet back in. You can do that. And that's, you know, it's very nice. It's got a, since it's a money style, you do have your hood up here. It's a drawstring hood, so you can cinch that hood up around you and get nice and warm. This is a stretchy type material. I haven't had any issues with this material at all. Again, I've only slept in it outside a few nights so far, but I got this at the end of, well, actually at the beginning of springtime this year. So, and since this particular bag being more of a winter type liner, I really haven't used it that much. So, but that being said, it is still very nice, still, you know, lightweight. It definitely goes in my gear now as an additional piece of kit, additional layer of warmth to add to it. So that's this one. Coming over here, you'll see a blue one over here. So this blue one, the blue one is their new Breeze liner. I'll kind of zoom in right there for you. This is kind of cool because it has what they call their insect shield. So it has some type of an insect repellent built into it, which is cool. It also has that high-Q fresh odor control. And again, you can see this Cool Max and tensile fibers. It's kind of a new type of a fiber that they've started using. It's pretty cool. Again, this is obviously more for the summertime, and I've used this a couple of times already throughout the summer on a couple of trips. And again, for a single standalone, just want to cover up in the summertime, just something to cover up with, this is really nice because again, it's got that insect repellent built into it that's safe for you. And I haven't had really any issues with insects. Then again, I don't go in places, or try not to go in places where there's a lot of insects. But again, this is the South, so there's bugs everywhere usually. So as far as repelling the bugs, I'm not 100% sure that it actually repels them, but I haven't had any issues with that. With them, that being said, again, same as the Reactor sleeping bag. Once you get in here, you can button it up, and you have armholes, so you can wear this. And then coming down to the end here, again, you have an open foot end with the drawstring, so you can pull your feet in and out if you want to do that. Again, up here at the top, you do have the drawstring hood as well. So yeah, both of these liners are very, very nice. Again, this one I believe is like 9 ounces or so, 8 ounces. So very lightweight, very small, very compact. I mean, you can put these things in the bottom of your backpack and you'll never know they're there really until you pull them out and need them. But again, as far as keeping you cooler, I don't know that necessarily kept me cooler because obviously, like I said, it's hot. But it does provide that extra wicking layer and kind of wicks away some of your sweat. So that is a good thing. That is nice. The one thing I wish that on both of these would have, I wish the openings were bigger. I do wish the openings came down, along the side a little bit, maybe a couple of snaps or something on each side. I don't know. Come down just a little bit more. Because obviously, like I said before, you guys have seen me, I'm a bigger guy. I can fit in here just fine with no issues. But I just wish that they were just a little bit easier, because once you stuff them in your sleeping bag, especially the Reactor, you stuff it in your sleeping bag, it kind of gets bunched up, and it'd just be a little bit easier to get in if you had just a little bit more length on each side to open it up a little bit. But that's not a downfall. That's not a 100%, deal breaker for me. Like I said, these have worked out great for me so far. I cannot wait to use these even more, especially the Reactor come wintertime. I think that's going to be a pretty good standalone with some other stuff that I'm trying out, kind of making more of a lightweight gear option for me for the South for the winter. So stay tuned for that. You'll see more pictures and videos of that when I work with that a little bit more. Another cool feature about each stuff sack here, just a small little nylon stuff sack, have a small little grab handle on there. As you can see, I've pulled this one a little bit too much and started ripping that grab handle off of there. But when you cinch this up right here, it cinches closed, and I'll put in an overlay here for you, but it cinches up really, really cool the way it kind of cinches up, and both drawstring bags are like that, or for each one. They have multiple different ones of these, obviously different thicknesses and stuff. Again, this is the Reactor Extreme. They have some other ones that are a little bit thinner. This one is not very thick at all. I thought it was actually going to be really thick, but it is not thick at all. And then obviously the Breeze liner is very thin, but it's not very thick. It reminds me of like a fleece type material that you would wear, Long John's fleece, but it's kind of a thin material. But yeah, folks, I check them out. Again, Sea to Summit makes some great stuff. Again, I've got several Sea to Summit things. Don't have any of their sleeping bags yet, but I've got several other Sea to Summit equipment that you've seen in my videos for a while now. So I rambled on enough, folks. If you have comments, please leave them down below. Do you use a sleeping bag liner? This is kind of my first liner. you know, getting into the liner world, I guess. I haven't really used sleeping bag liners too much over the years. I have used well, I guess I take that back. I have used sheets, like just a regular sheet from your house. I've done that many times, throw that inside my sleeping bag and used a sheet as a makeshift liner. So I guess in that aspect, yes, I have used liners. But do you use a liner? What do you think of them? What's your favorite liner? And yeah, leave a comment down below. Thanks again for watching, folks. Please get outside, get outdoors, like, share, and subscribe to this video. It really helps. And you know, thanks again for watching. I'll see you on another video really soon.